To create a drawdown switching quote for a client, you must first of all be in the client you would like to create the quote for. Scroll down to the Quotes section and in the top right hand corner click on Create New. Then select Drawdown Switching Quote. In the quoting section, work your way from top to bottom, completing all of the relevant sections until you get to Results. We start with the Quote Details section. Enter a reference for your quote so that you can identify it, then set the status of the quote to current, previous or proposed. In the comments box, you can enter any comments about this quote and it will not appear on your switching report. You can then select the client's current plan that you wish to do a drawdown switching comparison for. Use the Select button to select any current plans you've already created. If you haven't created a current plan, click on Create New. Enter the projection details for the client's current plan. Enter the plan name and the provider name, which will appear on your switching report. Then select the projected maturity basis the existing provider has used. Monetary rate supplied is the most common option. You then have SMPI rates supplied. That's when they project forward at the mid-growth rate, bringing it back to today's prices taking account of inflation. And estimated by the system will allow you to input an annual management charge, which will give you an estimate of the projection figure. Select the growth rates the provider has used. If it's industry standard, it will automatically pre-populate your growth rate column with 5, 7 and 9%. That will then allow you to input your projected maturity values into the corresponding row. If the provider has not used industry standard growth rates, select Fund Specific Growth Rates from your drop-down. You can then manually input the growth rates the existing provider has used and again input your corresponding maturity values. The calculator function allows you to put in different growth rates for different funds and gives you an overall weighted growth rate. Then select the funds that the client currently has. This will plot a past performance of the client's existing funds alongside the new funds that you're recommending into your switching report. On the left-hand side, you can input a current value and transfer value. You can also then input the as-at date of those values, and that as-at date is extremely important as we will then work forward from that as-at date so that you get a like-for-like comparison. In the next section, you enter the current income details you're receiving from the current plan. Select the style of drawdown income and an annuitisation age. That's the target age that we're working towards for the purposes of the comparison. Then enter the next GAD review date. And underneath that, select the income basis the client is currently receiving. You have no income, or they might have a specific monetary amount, or a percentage of GAD. Enter the amount or percentage. Also enter the current income the client is currently receiving and the frequency of that income. On the right hand side, you can add in any additional contributions that are currently being paid in to the current plan. The next section allows you to select the new fund or funds that you are recommending the client goes into. If you don't know the funds, you can select sectors. We've grouped the sectors for ease of navigation. You then input the percentage you would like to invest into each sector. Once you reach 100%, the drop-down box at the bottom will allow you to set the criteria for which fund gets used with each product within each sector. You can also use investment portfolios in here that you've previously created. To use specific funds, click on Use Specific Funds. You can then select funds at this point and find the funds that you would like to recommend. Or if you want to use a model portfolio you've previously created, click on Actions and then import the funds over from that model portfolio. Once you reach 100% allocation in here, the drop-down box at the bottom allows you to set the priority order for using these funds with all of the products. We default onto the funds listed above if available, followed by the pension mirror fund, followed by the oldest version of the parent fund. This priority order is designed to give you your widest set of search results, but you can change it. In the next section, set your advisor charges. You have initial advisor charges on the left and ongoing advisor charges on the right. Use your drop down to select the style of charge. You have no charge whatsoever, or an initial single premium amount, or an initial single premium percentage. Enter the amount or percentage, and you have the same three options for ongoing. So no ongoing charge, an ongoing amount, or an ongoing annual percentage. Enter the annual amount or percentage, then select how often you would like it paid. The next section is optionally click here and reduce the number of plans used in the comparison by using the search filters. We always automatically select all products for you, so you don't have to come in here. But if there's certain criteria that you or the client is looking for from a drawdown plan, use the filters on the left to apply this criteria to get you down to a short list of plans. Click here to get results. Our results are sorted in order of highest maturity value. Anything above it is our existing plan is producing a higher projected maturity value. Anything below it's a lower projected maturity value. Click on the tab headings at the top to analyse key areas such as maturity values at your low, mid and high rates. You've then got additional growth required or annual safety margin at low, mid and high. You then have overall percentage better or worse off the client would be as a total maturity value if they move to the new plan. And my drawdown switching results is a combination of all these different sets of results pulled through into one area. Once you've found the plan you want to recommend, click on it to highlight it, then click on Reports. A list of reports is generated. You can then use these reports to assist with your recommendations or to evidence your research.